I'm demonstrating a alternate way to turn a standard rim into a tubeless rim using duct tape instead of a inner tube. Some of the supplies we'll need are Gorilla Tape duct tape. It's stickier and stronger than a normal duct tape. You can get it at a local hardware store. Scissors, maybe a razor blade, needle nose pliers, stands, tire sealant, and some string. And also your UST tire for the tubeless tire. So first step is to take off the tire, off the rim. And you want to air it out. Okay, once the tire is flat, you need to break the bead. Just break it around the rim, all the way around. I might have to air this out a little bit more. So then once you break the bead on that, then you start folding it over and remove this retaining ring. And then you want to pull out the tire. And you want to break the bead on the other side. Then what you need to do, you need a valve for the tubeless tire. So what I use is the valve from the old tube. If you have a popped spare tube, like one you're about to throw out, you can use that valve. I don't, so I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to ruin this tube. Take the scissors that I mentioned, and you want to cut the valve out. Toss the tube, and what you want this to do is fit in the valley of the rim. So you're gonna have to trim the excess. So you don't want to cut too close to the hole, but close enough so it fits down in there. And just around the edges. Now let's see if it fits in there. Might have to do a few more trims just to get it off of the, because this is where the tire is going to set on the bead, so you want to make sure the rubber doesn't get in the way. And that fits pretty good. Anyways, now that you have that, pull it out, set it aside. Then you take that string. Oh, first off, take those needle nose pliers and get this ribbon out of there. Just pull this ribbon off. Okay. You want to make sure that the rim's nice and clean, because you're going to be sticking the tape down. You want it to make nice solid contact. Anyways, then what you do, once you find it clean, then you find the valve stem opening. You take the string and you count, I would say 2 nipples over. You stick the string between nipple 2 and 3. And then you wrap the string around the rim. What you're doing with the string is you're measuring how much tape you need. You go all the way around the rim, find the valve stem opening, and you do the 2.5 also again past the valve stem opening. What you're doing is you want that tape to overlap itself. Cut it. Now we know the length of this tape that we need. And we'll see you in a second in the other room. Cut some tape. Okay, now you have your tape and you have the string that you cut to know the length of the amount of tape that you need. And you can do this two ways. You can have a friend of yours hold the end of the tape and the string together. If you're only doing this with one person, what you can do is just put it at the end of a table of some sort to hold it for you. Just make sure it's nice and secured. And then you just strip off the tape the amount you need. And once you hit the end of your string, then you know the end of the tape. You take your scissors and cut it. Okay, now that you have the end of the tape, and you take your razor blade and you want to cut this right down the middle, because the width of the duct tape is quite a bit thicker than the rim size. So if you cut this in half, then that'll be perfect size for a rim on each half, and you'll have two, one for each rim. So anyways, you just go down the length of the tape with the razor blade. Okay, once you have that tape cut, just set one aside, and you take the other side and start attaching it to the rim. Okay, now we have the rim, and I found the hole for the valve stem. And remember, the 2.5 nipples pass is where you want to take the tape and start. One nice way you can do is just leave one end on the table. It kind of keeps the slack up from the rim, and just start here, about 2.5, 2.5 from the valve stem opening. Press it right in the middle. Just make sure the tape stays in the middle of the rim, and then as you go, just start pressing it down in the middle, and then you work the ends of the tape. Get the light in here. Get the ends of the tape right up against the rim wall, and your main concern is just to cover these nipple openings. And then the excess you can just press over on the side of where the bead is, and then you just work your way around the rim. And this is pretty much the longest part of the process. And come back in a few minutes when I have this done.